So let us start. Takeshi Murakami, country CFO, Thailand. And it will be Microsoft case study on generative AI. Takeshi is originally from Japan, Tokyo, and we met there several times. He is our FP&A board member, and he presented at the webinars and at our meeting in Japan. Already for a number of years, he resides in Bangkok City, responsible for Microsoft operations there. More than 20 plus years of experience. A lot of passion about technology, a lot of passion about artificial intelligence. And actually, Takeshi, I think it was one of the very first presentations that we had at the committee at the beginning when you shared with us your AI/ML Microsoft journey. Welcome. Welcome, Takeshi, and let's move on.
So actually I'm logging in from the one of the room from the hotel because we had this big event back to back with the customers showcasing on the AI. So I just wanted to kind of leverage that what we have shared to the customer on this session as well. So thank you, Larissa and everyone for your time today. My name is Takeshi Murakami. As Larissa mentioned, I work for Microsoft, now Thailand and Vietnam CFO. Microsoft almost 13 years now, 11 years in Japan and 2 years in Thailand, and now I live in Bangkok. Today, as Larissa mentioned, right, I'm excited to share with you our journey, our Microsoft journey of modern finance. And it's based on our own experience and how the CFOs and financial professionals can survive and thrive, leveraging the AI and whatnot, right? And I think it's a very exciting moment in our transformation journey because we are also seeing many of our customers are actually starting to see use the leverage in AI on their daily life. So, with that, let me share the agenda for today. So I would like to start with our finance transformation journey at Microsoft. We call modern finance, and it is about why we need to change and how it's a notion of where we are heading, leveraging the technology, and then share with you where is Microsoft using AI in our daily life. Then followed by the business value of the AI that we are seeing today, and wrap up my session covering how we are adapting to the change and getting things started, right? So with that, let me start with this one pager. So this is a picture of the Microsoft CFO, Amy Foote. She became CFO in 2013, and ever since, I believe the Microsoft Finance Digital Transformation has really accelerated. She's really believed in the technology, and as you see here, she mentioned that the AI capabilities will help us to be more efficient, more effective, and that embracing the generative AI is not just about the new tech, but it's about being open to change and being willing to learn new things, right? So it's more about the culture. And I believe she's the one of the leader who really changed the culture in Microsoft finance team and built a learning mindset. I think it's really, very important thing. That's a learning from our side. So just wanted to bring her at the beginning to emphasize that Microsoft digital transformation is not just about the technological advancement, but also about its cultural transformation. And in addition, right, Amy also mentioned that it's very important that we understand the rapid change in the market because business is getting more complex every year. As you see in the limitation here in the slide, right? We are seeing the surging of the data, ever increasing data, avalanche of the data. And if we still use handle those data with old and inadequate tools, it'll be very, very manual, inefficient, and it will trigger human errors, right? Which eventually lead us to even bigger problems. So, and also there is the increased expectation to the finance, where we need to deliver more, do more with less, and bring actionable and intelligent insights and drive the strategic thinking and kind of influence the decision making, right? And this is the core reason why we needed to change, leverage the technology and be more efficient so that we can spend more time on strategic and value-added work. Then corresponding to that challenge that I mentioned, right? These are the examples of the Microsoft digital transformation that are actually running at the Microsoft today. And we won't go into the details, but just wanted to pick some examples, right? On the left-hand side, in the financial analysis and reporting section, this is the top one, the modern finance management portal. This is about having the web portal where we store all the reports in one place, and those reports are updated almost every day, right? In the past, there are so many Excel reports scattered everywhere, and we're not able to find it immediately. But now with the portal, we have access to all the reports, and everything is updated in the latest in the one place. And I can actually show you the screenshot that I use every day. Then the next one is the interactive financial statement, right? This is basically about the BI, so-called the business intelligence tool. For Microsoft, there's a product called Power BI. So this is about automating the reporting to be more agile and business in the business decision-making process, and moving away from the Excel, right? So even though we offer Excel product, internally, we're trying to move away from Excel, leverage BI more, leverage AI more to be more efficient. And I can actually also show you the snapshot that I use as on the daily life as well. Then we leverage the machine learning to forecast our revenue. And in the past, in the various session, right, I did also share our learning on the machine learning revenue forecasting as well. But today, we still use this machine learning forecasting revenue, and I can touch base on that in the later section. And in the risk management section, on this one, compliance predictive analysis, as an example, this is about AI. Now, the machine is now telling you what to do. Meaning that AI will flag the unusual transaction and flag the finance controller to check that something is not right on the transactional record and whatnot. So now, on this section, right, machine will tell you what to do. So, as you see here, these are a couple of examples, not all, but a couple of examples of our digital transformation in Microsoft Finance. So, just I mentioned about having the one source of truth, one source of web portal. This is actual the snapshot of the BI that I mentioned. This is the actual report that I use every day. We store all the reports in the one place. Now with the portal, we have access to all the reports and everything stored in the one place. As you see in the upper part, right? Dot number 1, as you see all these tabs, right? This is all the reports. If you click on one of these, you have the another pull down that you can select and slice and dice. So right now I'm selecting the build pipeline, and do you want the summary or do you want to go detail? And within the summary, do you want what kind of a view that we want to look at? BI will enable to slice and dice on the data, and we use this BI on our discussion so that we can kind of resolve all the the data within the meeting. In the past, if you do this in Excel, and let's say management A wants this view, but management B wants this view, etc., we were not able to handle those queries within the meeting. But now with the BI, we're able to handle those questions immediately during the meeting, so that we can discuss what will be the next action that we can take as a next step, right? So that means we don't have to postpone our decision making to the next week meeting. However, kind of this BI will accelerate all the decision making process. And actually, let me share the actual portal, right? So if you can see my screen, this is the actual portal that I use. Upper right hand side, you see this my profile. That means I'm logging as a finance. So from the security point of view, this is secure. I'm logging and I have authority which country I can look at, which product I can look at. If salespeople, they log in, they can also see the different view because they don't have access to the what I can see on the vice versa, right? So as you can see, I'm just selecting the last year so that there's no data available on here. But just referencing last year's data, if you click on this one of this pull down, you can slice and dice the data to kind of pick what you want to see. And then if you go down to the bottom, because this data directly connected to the CRM, you can just press one of these opportunities tab to see which customer, which product, which country, and whatnot will be shown here, so that we can use this report to discuss within the meeting who will need to take action and when, etc., etc. So we use this every day and move away from Excel. And I think that this is one of the big benefits that we are seeing using technology to be more efficient and be more agile in the decision-making process. Okay, then moving to the machine learning forecasting, right? We used many methods as shown here to build this model, and together with the data scientists, right? At the Microsoft, data scientists and the business finance work together to build the model. We start in small and then expanding and scale to other countries and scaling to all the countries worldwide, leveraging this machine learning forecasting. As you see on the right-hand side, you can export this in the BI format so that you can slice and dice the data. For example, if you want to see Japan cloud product, just select from the pull down and you will have it in a minute. And based on the learning, right, the outcome of the machine learning forecasting accuracy is actually higher than the manpower bottoms up. This is the worldwide comparison, but what you see here is now the machine learning forecast accuracy is 1.7% variance to actual landing. This is much accurate than the one calculated by the manpower, which is 2.4% variance. And that can be set to both the large enterprise business and small and medium business. And with all this, effort, Microsoft corporate team and data scientists spend on adjusting the model and improving the accuracy. The machine learning forecasting model is now accurate than the figures created by human, as I mentioned. However, based on our learnings, right, there are more important message here. In the past, let's take Japan as an example. The quarterly forecast cycle took roughly 60 plus people, management and stakeholders, spending 2-3 weeks and a lot of sync meetings, right? But with this model today, right, machine learning model today, we will be able to have just have 1 or 2 people and run the model, and almost in the real time, we get outputs and still accurate in the manpower bottoms up. So the message here is, if you can, just run this by 1 or 2 people, why don't we just free up the 58 people that involved in the forecasting process? For example, sellers, they can go to the customers, visit more, and for the finance, we can put more effort on more value-added tasks. So these are the things that we have learned, right? By leveraging the technology, we can have the more resources spending more time on the value-added task. And actually, just to be super transparent, at Microsoft, we still do both machine learning and manpower bottoms up as well. But I would assume, right, and hope that someday, given the accuracy, we believe it will be gradually transitioned to machine learning model, starting from the small and medium business where there's no large deal movement. So we will see. But we already seen the traction and accuracy is there. So it's a matter of time that we started to use machine learning and kind of get rid of the human manpower bottoms up processes. So I just wanted to wrap up my first section with this page. This is the modern finance framework and this is a key message that where our finance team is moving toward. In summary, it is about how quickly you can turn the data into actions, right? If you look at the very left-hand side, the data is about having a single source of truth. And then once the data is ready, the transformation flow go from top to the bottom. In the beginning, right, static reports, this is basically the Excel. This could only tell what happened. It does not really allow us to draw down data quickly, right? And didn't produce any insights. And as you see here, the amount of the manual process and the work that we had to put together is still quite huge. And then moving to the why and how did it happen? This is about the BI, so-called the business intelligence tool that I share with you. This allows you to slice and dice the data and reduce the manual work and be more efficient. Then on the prediction, right, we use the machine learning to do future revenue forecasting. And then at the recommendation, we use AI to provide a recommendation. And now, which you may have heard before on the news, but with the introduction of the AI Copilots, you see here, which is the Microsoft AI, we are now starting to see quite an impact across all these areas. The key message here in this slides, probably the repeating the message, is that with all this automation, right, reduced manual processes, increased automation, our intent is how can we bring the data turning into actions in the fastest way possible. And more importantly, with the save time, another key message here is that let's spend more time on the value-added task and take actions. And we are still in the process and learning every day, but this is actually the guidance that Emmy and the CFO and all the management of the corporate side and all the field CFOs are giving to the Microsoft finance team today. Now, with our journey, right, just wanted to mention that, as you see in this Wall Street Journal headings, Microsoft keep its finance headcount flat with AI, bots, and other tech. As you see, over a decade, our revenue grew 217%, meaning almost tripled, while our finance headcount increased only 30% year-over-year, 30%. In addition, right, 10 years ago, our cloud business was a very small portion of our business. Now accounts more than half of our business. It's quite big, right? And furthermore, we did not have any complex purchase options like subscription model or pay-as-you-go model like 10 years ago. So business has become so much complex, but still we were able to manage this because I think it's that more of the technology, right, and process change that we implemented within the organization. And now with the AI era, I think we feel we are more empowered to do more with less. So shifting gears to the, where we are using AI today. There are a couple of areas that we are starting to see the impact and leveraging AI. Given the time we have, I will not be covering everything, but just a couple of examples, right? As you see here, AI will be able to summarize the information in email, chat, and Teams meeting, and identify next step and whatnot, and so that we can quickly focus on decision making and take actions. And then it will be able to generate contents and presentation slider for us, and do analysis based on the BI reports, and simplify processes and so forth. So let me cover a couple based on these items. So this is Teams on Copilot, and this is a quite impactful and easy one as an example. This is thank you for using Teams today. And once AI Copilot is installed, this is the function that you can use. And first of all, you can ask the AI to summarize the meeting notes and follow-up actions. As you see here, the Copilot will take notes during the meeting and after the meeting and list up the follow-up actions, right? And with the owners and whatnot. So I actually use this every day, and now I do not have to take notes. No one will have to take notes, but just focus on the discussion. And it's saved quite a lot of amount of time and my time, and I can just focus on that discussion. Then another just example is on the analysis part. What you see here is the AI on BI. Now I will not do a demo on this today, but as you can see here, it will enable us to create the insights analysis based on the BI data, right? So on the right hand side, you see the Copilots, and then what you see is just ask questions. As you see in the prompt saying that use the bullet list to highlight the key insights from this page. Then AI actually looking into this data on the left to provide a key inputs, right? As you see here. Then second prompt that I asked is saying that summarize the visuals on this page. Now you have the brief summary on the bottoms. So quite amazing. Okay, so let me share the BI on the AI, and I think I think this is actually starting to happen, right? And I think it's one of the things that we dreamed of. So let me share the 1 minute quick video.
Of AI in Microsoft Power BI. Copilot in Power BI empowers your people to unlock the full potential of your data and move from data to insights faster. Now, with Copilot in Power BI, you can use natural language to bring your data to life. Simply describe the visuals and insights you're looking for, and next generation AI will create your report and help you refine it. You can then dig into this data further by asking a question, and Copilot will find the best answer. Not only does Copilot help you visualize your data, but it taps into Power BI's advanced analysis capabilities to help you find key influencers and outliers and create forecasts. Copilot can summarize your data into easy-to-understand text narratives that help others quickly get important and relevant insights. And for analysts who are creating calculations and modeling data, you can simply describe what you want, and the code is automatically generated. With Copilot in Power BI, turning data into impact has never been easier.
Yeah, so that's the AI on BI. I think it's very, very powerful. And actually, if you look at my the BI that I use, actually there's already the button on the Copilot. I haven't tried yet. However, I think going forward, based on my what we want to see, I think we can ask the Copilot to summarize kind of key points, any recommendations, etc., etc. And actually, if you use just like a ChatGPT or Copilot using the website, let's say just ask our competitor, provide a SWOT analysis on our competitor, and actually the AI will create quite a good SWOT analysis already based on the available data on the public. So, how we leverage the AI will definitely improve our efficiency and agility and the decision-making process. That's what I feel, and how we're starting to see the impact on the AI. Okay, so let me just proceed with the next slide, next section. So now, based on the internal survey in the Microsoft finance team, right? Just very, very roughly, we are seeing the same opportunities, time-saving opportunities as listed here. So you can imagine we read and write emails probably roughly around like 1 hour per day, and I believe it is the same for you. However, with the AI, I think we'll be able to cut time by half. So, what we experienced, right? If let's say the management sends long email, you don't have time to read through, but you just ask AI to summarize what's the key points, right? And if anything that I need to take actions, you can just ask Copilots to see, is there any work that action that need to be taken by Takeshi, etc., etc. So that will shorten our time, be more efficient. Then, however, right, there's, it really depends on how you leverage AI, but, at least we are seeing these time-saving opportunities. And I think that, key message here using the AI is that, and the value that we are seeing is that AI will definitely boost your employee productivity and optimize the workflows and business processes, and so that you can focus on value-added tasks and spend more time on creating things, right? And then, just according to the external source, recent IDC study on the business opportunity of AI, mentioning that organizations are realizing the average return of $3.5 for every dollar that invests in AI, and also only taking about 14 months for those companies to start seeing the return on AI investments. For myself, I'm actually starting to use this AI roughly beginning of this January. And after 3-4 months, we already experienced a great productivity gains and efficient improvement, right? So I think that even though it's 14 months in the the source that I checked, but from my view, a return period might be much shorter, probably around a couple of months. That's my view. So I won't have time to go through everything, but just a couple of examples, right? AI help you recap the meeting, summarize the email, and summarize the documents, and provide slides and whatnot. And I use this every day now, and it's almost becoming my habit, and I do feel that benefit as well. So, just on the getting things started, it is always very difficult to get started and make it a habit. Even you already have the technology, but if you're not using it, then nothing will happen, right? You only see that, and I also see that in many places, same at Microsoft, right? So because, for example, some people still use Excel rather than Power BI because they just feel comfortable with Excel, even it requires manual work and time consuming. So in order to resolve such a challenge, right, what we are doing to foster a culture of learning is that, we're doing a couple of things here. So if you just look at the very left-hand side, the training and adoption plan, as you see in the very left-hand side, right? So we have an internal training sessions website available for us to join and learn during their free time. There's also a portal set up, right? So we can just, join on the free time. Then on the middle is the SMEs and hackathons. So where we have a team consists of the subject matter experts and take on initiatives and run a hackathon to bring AI to real life and bring internal use cases. As you see here in the bottom, right, this is a couple of one of the examples where in Asia, SWOP, this means a software on-prem business, they actually run a hackathon using the AI to predict the revenue forecast using the AI. So actually, this is actually the good case where finance joined the hackathon and building the model using the AI and bringing the AI to life. So we run this kind of a hackathon within the organization to kind of, get everyone excited about using the AI. And then on the right-hand side, there's a portal and actually the chat group where we share the best practices and the learnings. And actually we have the Asia Finance Team chat group specifically for the Copilot and AI to, just share the best practices and learnings so that we can leverage each other's knowledge. So these are the, some of the examples to build a culture of learnings and how we adapt to the AI. And I think it's quite working quite well, especially the practices sharing, right? So, once Japan has done a good job on using the leveraging the AI, not just to the customer, but with us internally, right? They will just share on the chat group and we just immediately replicate those practices to our organization. And I think those kind of, practice sharing has been very, very helpful to drive the efficiency. So, now with all these technologies that I mentioned, right? And our role as a finance professional also need to change. And I think the finance leader should serve as a catalyst, right, to enhance the business resiliency and drive the value. As you see here on the left, traditionally, the finance more on the operational thinking, transactional expertise to juggle between reports and whatnot. However, now in the future, we need to evolve ourselves to drive the impact through the deep analytical and strategic thinking. And we should also be able to kind of negotiate with the business partners and have the advanced business knowledge and whatnot. And just a couple of, learnings from my side, especially on the AI journey. I just highlighted it that resonate very much with me on the orange. I think that definitely on the left-hand side, the culture very, very important. We just don't expect for the big change, but celebrate the small wins. I think it's one of the key success, and recognize the change agents, foster growth mindset within the organization, reward the risk takers, and showcase their work and whatnot. So I think the culture perspective, I think we are also doing a very good on practices sharing, but this kind of the culture building is super important to kind of nurture in this AI era. And also in addition, process data security compliance, especially on the processes, we will need to set a very clear goal, a clear vision, and communication is really need to be very crisp to the organization. As I mentioned, right, we start small, and once we see the success, we capture learning, and we also start to scale to other organization. And first try, second try, it doesn't work, but don't give up. Our learning is that, continuous try, and continuous improvement will bear fruit in the long run. And then the data, especially on a machine learning model and whatnot, having the clean data is quite important than ever. And however, in terms of like a CRM database, we will also need to involve all the stakeholders and leaders to making sure that there's a data governance in process. For example, the Microsoft, we have kind of reiterating, almost every day, making sure that customer pipeline information in the CRM system is accurate and up to date, so that we can have more accurate data analytics and insights and machine learning forecasting. And then security and compliance, I think this is non-negotiable, right? No room for negotiation. So security and compliance perspective, very, very important. And I think the AI journey, right? AI cannot be 100% accurate, right? Human also make errors. So what we need to be just careful with it using AI is that, you can use the AI, but please double check. We need to make sure that there's a human kind of check to making sure that all the information is accurate. However, using AI to build a baseline, let's say you need to provide a presentation tomorrow meeting, right? You don't have a time, but just ask AI to provide a presentation on some of the competitor financial earning release, etc., etc. AI will do that for you in a minute. Let's say 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Provide you the 4 or 5 slides based on the web information. Then you can just use that information, probably 60%, 70% accurate and reasonable. Then you can just tweak, make adjustment to be ready for the meeting. So that's how we use the AI today. AI cannot be 100%, but let the AI do the basics thing, and then we can tweak and kind of finance and do the kind of cosmetic and whatnot. So that's the kind of learning from just internally and past 6 months experience on the AI journey within Microsoft. So now this is my last page, and I just want to wrap up and also want to reiterate that in order to land the digital transformation and make it stick, our learning is that it's not only about the technology, but also about the people transformation, and I think the cultural transformation. And that the people, tool, and process has to balance each other to make the transformation successful. Because even if you have a tool, you don't use it, then nothing will change. And tool is just an enabler, right? Tool is just an enabler. And you will also need a process to run it. And then you need people or leaders to drive those changes. So this is our learning that I would like to share with you. And so with that, this is my the end of the presentation. And he was hope that this is beneficial for you. So thank you for listening, and thank you for your time today.